with Alex Doherty from down in Nashville on the heels of yesterday's Barry Trotz news and spilling that over into some trade deadline stuff about, Michael McCarron as a potential fourth line option for a contending team at this year's deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Oilers would love to have a guy like that, but Chris Lazar's done a pretty good job on the fourth line, in my opinion. Kills penalties, solid on the faceoffs. Now, does he lack something that McCarron possesses and has in spades? Size, and a lot of it? I suppose so, but the choice to reinsert Andrew Mangiapane in place of Lazar is not one that I'm necessarily in favor of.
I would agree with you. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe Mangiapane finds his game. Of course, the 5:30 puck drop. Sorry, 6:30 pregame 5:30 with Walker Paulson and Landon Ferraro. Gregor, I guess, will be there for a segment as well. Donnie P. Donnie, we'll turn your mic on for a second here if we can, Mackenzie. Are you going to be on the Lowdown Flow Tide as well?
Oh, you know it, buddy.
So you're just setting up shop here.
What are you going to do from 2 to 5:30?
Travel.
Eat some lunch because I'll be... Well, I'm already starving.
Tell you what, Donovan. Maybe I'll go get you some lunch.
That would be appreciated. But
there's not many good specials anymore, though.
You bet. Yeah, it's 2 for $7.
We'll be doing my little oil and 60 thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Got to do that.
Got to do your research for that.
I got to do my little research, my prep for that, and other than that, probably try and get a nap in.
Here in the studio?
Realistically, that's not going to happen.
Out in your
back
car?
At home, buddy.
Someone
back
texted me. It's on my phone, so don't even bother looking for where you'd find it. That he looks tired already.
Buddy,
now,
I'm gassed.
As somebody who, like, my under eyes always make me look tired, so people point it out all the time.
Always tired.
It's not a compliment. But, yeah, you don't look that tired to me. I think you're ready to go.
Yeah, when someone said, whoa, you look really tired, they might as well just walk up and punch you right in the face and say, you look like a big bag of crap.
You look ugly, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are ugly.
I'm very aware of this situation. Also, some big news for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Cirelli out with injury.
Not going to go.
It's not going to be Zach Hyman, but it is going to be Sam Bennett, who, to me, if it's not Hyman, Sam Bennett's a great one. I like his game, like what he did at the Four Nation Faceoff. Obviously, we saw what he did in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, got rewarded for it. I don't think this should come as a surprise to too many people, just the familiarity with the group of guys, the coaching staff, the management staff. But tough one for Cirelli. And that's got to be tough, Duke. I imagine there are certain times in life when you have to make a decision that's better for the group. And, there's been times maybe you're sick and you can't go out that night, or, you don't want to go into work and you feel bad about it. For Anthony Cirelli, I assume it was a medical staff saying, sorry, man, you can't play. But holy cow, I bet he would have loved to just hide that injury and get out there for the Olympics just for that experience, because, we assume that the games are going to keep on happening and NHL players will be there, but you never know. Things can happen. So I absolutely feel awful for Cirelli in this situation, but to get Bennett back onto Team Canada, I don't think there's a big drop off there. And then you also had a change for the Finns, Duke. Korpisalo going to get in there for Luukkonen. So what were your thoughts, I guess, just for the Canadian move, getting Sam Bennett back onto this team over Zach Hyman?
It did kind of seem like if there was going to be an injury replacement and it came to, one of a certain group of players that fall into that bottom half of the lineup, that Bennett kind of formulated as the obvious choice for replacement. Obviously, the success he had at the Four Nations Face-Off last year, they covet this type of player that can play up and down your lineup a little bit and do a bunch of different things. Fresh off a Conn Smythe trophy, I don't know what more a guy has to do. He had a slow start in Florida, but he, come on as of recently. Left last night's game actually with injury, but this tells us probably not serious in nature. So it's well deserved. You feel for a guy like Zach Hyman. You obviously feel for a guy like Anthony Cirelli for everything you just pointed out. Like probably a once in a lifetime chance for him, right? To wear his country's colors at an Olympic Games. But you feel for him. I think most Oilers fans, probably even those inside the Oilers organization, they kind of breathe a sigh of relief and say, we feel for you. Wish you could have had the chance, but this is probably better for us in the long run.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like a similar thing with Matthias Ekholm.
Mm-hmm.
But for Cirelli, 28 years old. So you think 32 next time this rolls around, could be still, ready to go, but certainly a tough one. A couple of people had texted, did you guys hear anything about Sam Bennett leaving last night's game? Yes, he did leave the game. I believe upper body injury, but nothing that major. That's from multiple reports saying he'll be good to go. So, yeah, that's an interesting one.
Set to jet.
You can play with a hurt wrist or a hurt elbow or a hurt shoulder. And maybe that's just, he's like, oh, I'm going to gut it out.
Hurt or injured.
The things I would do, Duke, if I was an NHL player, like, I'd have to be quite hurt to not play. Kenneth says Hyman is probably 5th or 6th and 9.
I don't know.
I think he'd be a little higher, personally.
I think he for this choice to replace Cirelli, I think he would have been one of 3 or 4 names.
Yeah, and he could have been 4th, but guys playing well. We've talked about it a lot, but yeah, that's obviously the decision they made, and I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised by it, just with the track record playing with this group of guys, Four Nation Faceoff, and as we said, a clutch performer. I kind of like it because I thought he was a big miss when it happened. The text line is 1-833-401-1440. Duke, we also had some news coming out of the NFL earlier today. A new hire with the New York Giants. Matt Nagy, of course, formerly of the New England Patriots, head coaching fame as well. Going to join Harbaugh as the offensive coordinator.
Nagy was with the Patriots?
Did I say Patriots?
Yes. Didn't he?
If I did, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I coached with the Bears, head coach, and OC with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I said Patriots,
You just got Super Bowl on the brain, buddy.
Nothing even popped up with the Patriots in front of me, so I don't even know why I would have said that. Anyways, he joins Harbaugh. He'll be the play caller, we presume. Probably, I think, a good hire. I guess we'll wait and see for sure. I think the Harbaughs as a whole have been criticized in the past for their OC hires. Monken was probably good with him last year, but got the head coaching job with the Cleveland Browns, hence not joining the Giants. And hey, we'll see how the injuries are for the Giants because they had some big name players coming off injury. If they can be healthy, I think that Nagy will get the most out of them, but we'll have to see. Also, reports that Robert Kraft will not be selected for the 2026 Hall of Fame.
So the Patriots vendetta continues. That's why you had Patriots on the brain.
And some people said that Kraft
was the one that orchestrated the Belichick outing so he could get in as one of those whatever kind of secondary class names, right? That was the theory?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Not the case. So it begs the question, who did get in?
So
the 3 players?
Yeah. Breeze?
Well, because I think there's a selection of ones that are a little more no doubters, but then wasn't it like kind of down in this other class? It was like the 3 I can't remember the official name for it, but it's like the previous generation, the all-time class or historic class or whatever. They're kind of put in the same voting pool as contributors and coaches, I believe.
So not the modern era finalists.
Right.
Yeah. That's fair. We'll see. I kind of like that though. Like it is tough for the guys who played way back in the day to get in because no one had seen them play anymore. The locks this year, Larry Fitzgerald's a lock. Got it.
One of the best.
Drew Brees, a lock. Chargers legend.
I would think so.
The Chargers posted a picture congratulating him for being like a nominee, and people are just cooking him. They're like, and they're posting pictures of Emmitt Smith with the Cardinals. He played 5 years with the Chargers. They made him who he is. The Saints just benefited from it.
Sure.
I'm joking. Luke Kuechly, I would have him in. Jason Witten. Make him wait. Eli Manning.
I think people are sour on Witten because he played for the Cowboys. And so as a result, they think he got more
and the Raiders
attention than but he was really good. He was certainly one of the best tight ends of his era.
How about Terrell Suggs? He was good for a long time.
I would have him in over the likes of Witten probably over Eli too.
He kind of played just unfortunately, like he was so good, but Ray Lewis was on teams with him. Ed Reed, like he kind of got
just got second and even third fiddle
at times, but he was a really good player. Torrey Big Game Holt. I'm a big
maybe
fan
not
of
on this class.
Frank Gore.
The age-old question: longevity versus top of your game. Like it's kind of the almost equivalent to like the Patrick Marleau discussion for the NHL Hall of Fame. Is at no point was he the best at his position in his group, whatever. But there has to be something said about being able to do it for as long as he did.
I think there's comparisons here to Phillip Rivers.
You think so?
Because you look at them both all time, numbers wise, you're like Hall of Fame. Played for so long. But when was Frank Gore like the best of the best?
Never.
He was a 5-time Pro Bowler. I'll give him that.
Oh, well, yeah.
But
good news. Shitter Sanders only 4 to go to catch him.
But the Pro Bowl mattered back then.
I know.
More than it does now.
Tonight. Are we watching?
Yeah, watch party down at first round. Who's coming? But I think he'll get in. He had a stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 years where he went for over 1,000. In those years, he didn't make it. He was like 800, 900 plus battle injuries. He'll get in eventually for sure. I don't know if it's going to be this year. MTR, if you're listening, let us know. Back to just hockey here. Ali says, is Braden Point good to go?
That we still don't know.
We really are. We don't. I mean, again, like if you were in that situation, Duke, you're doing everything you can. And I might even lie to get on that team. Like if I think in a week, could I play? Maybe I'm going to lie about it because I want to play on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the greater good. I want to take that risk. Guess I'm selfish.
Well, it was, I believe it was your regular contributor, Mike Rupp on NHL Network said something similar, essentially talking about this dilemma that faces these players and how forthright are they being with things that can't necessarily be graded by imaging or testing and things like that. Just, pain tolerance or whatever. And he said, like, listen, I was never at that caliber, but if I was, I probably would lie to try and get that spot and at least get over there. And then once you're there, you try and, continue to get better and the chance to, you don't want to hurt your team, but at the same, you want to be a part of it because you've worked your whole life for this opportunity to represent your country. The Olympics are the pinnacle of sport, all these factors. And then Rupp also followed up by saying, like, listen, these teams, they need to kind of put the latches on these guys that are in these spots to say, your obligation is to us. I like with full understanding of the national pride and the Olympic draw, your obligation is to your NHL team, contractually, financially, all those things.
Matthew Tkachuk last year, I guess, would be the one that would be brought up.
And honestly, that cost both him personally and his country.
Yeah.
Because he took a roster spot in that final game away from somebody that could have better benefited the team.
Who was watching the press box? Kyle Connor? Yeah, that guy's dangerous. He's
a good player.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just looked up Braden Point. He was the first player on the ice tonight for the skate. He's looking good. Jay Retcher, actually great follow on social media, says, don't expect him to play tonight. Probably good to go for the Olympics.
Yeah, I saw the, even before the Sorelli news had come out, that he officially wouldn't be going with Team Canada, that, him and Point weren't going to play before the break regardless.
If you're Sorelli, are you going to the Olympics still? You don't have any other plans.
Yeah, did you already book your ticket?
I was like, do you guys have room for me?
It's like, mind if I just hop on this PJ with, this other collection of like 11 Tampa Bay players that are going to Italy?
It's going to be also a fun fallout of what happens with these teams like Tampa that are sending a lot of players, but what the fatigue is going to look like.
And it's funny because for a team like Tampa Bay, yes, some of their top end guys are certainly going. Hedman, JJ Moser, who's been a big role in their blue line this year. You talk about Braden Point, who's going to be his first action back from injury, will be at the Olympics. But they also got some depth guys. Zemgus Girgensons, Eric Chernak, top 4 defenseman, so maybe not necessarily a depth guy. But then their 2 arguably best players are not going in Nikita Kucherov and Andrei Vasilevsky. So it's kind of like a trade-off one way or the other. The benefit, I suppose, in a weird around way of having your team's top players be Russian is that they don't get the heartbreak of not going, not representing their country because they simply aren't afforded the opportunity. And they also are fully rested come their return to action later this month.
Can't wait.
Starts tomorrow,
Curling?
Mixed doubles.
Ooh.
Then women's hockey on Thursday.
Starts tomorrow,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe the opening ceremonies aren't until Friday.
I don't like that, Duke.
That the thing starts
opening ceremony, then start.
Is it not the opening?
Yeah, we can schedule this better.
What about the fact that there's like 4 different opening ceremonies at each of the hubs?
We're trying stuff. I mean, it's something. We also got a text here from Lance to 1-833-401-1440. Connor, did you tear up reading McDavid's Players Tribune article? I always want to, for those who haven't seen it, we posted it on our social media. Go check it out on Facebook. That's what he said. And I'll skim through part of it. I had one thought when I became captain of the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, when you're 19, given the C, there's a million things going through your mind. You start wondering if you can grow a beard. You start thinking about your suits. But the one thing I kept thinking was, man, I really got to move out of my parents' house now. I'm supposed to be the leader of a room with all these grown men who have 2 or 3 kids. How are they supposed to listen to me when I get back to home at night and my mom is like, hey, tough game. I washed your sheets. Good start to it. I skimmed through it. People know this about me. I don't love reading, and it's a long read. So, I mean, I skimmed through it. I'll give it a better more read. I saw all the clips and quotes that people were quoting, and it seems really good. I didn't tear up because I haven't gone through it totally, but intern Mackenzie was telling me about like touching on his stag. Did you read it all?
No, I like you kind of just got some of the highlights, but I was planning on doing the full breakdown later today.
It seems like it's a good read. You and I just, well, I don't know. Again, I just don't like reading. And I'm busy. I got a little kid at home.
You have a kid.
Then I had to watch the season finale of Fallout, season 1. I don't know if you've watched that show yet, Duke.
Connor, I have actually a more important question.
Yeah.
Can you read?
Can I read? I mean, I butchered the opening statement there, but I can kind of get through it, yeah.
Okay. I just watched the episode of 30 Rock where they asked Tracy Morgan if he can read.
Could he?
Yeah, but then he pretends like he can't, so then he's allowed to leave work early and show up late and stuff because he says he's going to reading classes. But then
I don't know if I could pull that one off.
They trick him into basically, catch him in a trap to mean that he can read. But anyway, funny show. Very good. Very good show.
Mark says, guys, who do you think will be the next GM of the Nashville Predators?
I chatted with Alex Doherty on the morning show today and asked about, he seems quite insistent that it will be an outside hire, so not somebody that is currently inside the organization. And 2 names that he brought up were Brendan Shanahan, formerly with the Maple Leafs, and Mark Bergevin, who I believe just came on with Jarmo Kekalainen's staff in Buffalo, but we have to think would be free to pursue other opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 2 names that Alex had for me. But he also said that it's going to be a long list of people that they consider for the position.
I'd be looking at, the successful franchises and trying to talk to their like assistant GMs. Yeah, like similar to what they do in the NFL. This guy had a lot of success. Who's his right-hand man? Maybe I go that route and kind of take it all.
That's what the Islanders did. And it's off to a good start for them. Now they have the benefit of picking first overall, and that has made a big change for them.
And he's superseded all expectations.
Right. So I guess you got to give Matthew Darsh a little bit of credit. He won the draft lottery.
Yeah, absolutely. Bad Captain says you guys got to read the article. I'm skimming through it. The veterans who made life easier on him as a rookie. Hendricks, Letestu, Sekera.
Good guys.
There you go. Well, we'll keep reading. Duke and I will have a little reading session at break. We want to make this break a little bit longer so we can finish it. When we come back, though, more of your text, 1-833-441-1440. It's game day edition of Fantasy Frenzy. Oilers and Leafs tonight, 6:30 down at Rogers Place. Show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
There's a lot of great seasons in Alberta. Hockey season, harvest season, the winter season, and the even more winter season. But GS Construction is already preparing for our next great season because while the city slows down, we plan ahead. Projects, people, and pipelines. Everything starts taking shape for another strong year underground. We're also getting ready for our next hiring season in March. We want new people who want to build something that lasts. For more on us and to apply, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Make your game day feast better with Papa John's. Create a mouth-watering pizza lineup with buffalo chicken, all the meats, the works, ultimate pepperoni, or create your own pizza possibilities. Now through Sunday, February 8th, get 25% off pizzas at regular menu price with the promo code BIGGAME at any location in Alberta. Order at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app with promo code BIGGAME. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
And that's another goal.
You know what would be even better than winning gold?
Okay, I'll bite.
Winning a gold medal made of Wilhauk beef jerky.
Athletes do get hungry, and they could use a snack on the podium. I think I'll start a petition.
Really?
No. Now pass the Wilhauk and turn up the games.
For a truly Canadian snack to cheer on our truly Canadian athletes, you need Wilhauk beef jerky, made with Alberta pride right here in Leduc.
Friday night calls for a family fun that's second to none, starting with a big party.
It's the Oil Kings mascot Louie's birthday bash, presented by Bloom Benefits.
Edmonton faces the Moose Jaw Warriors. Local mascots will be in the house for Louie's big day, and every fan in attendance gets a card for their chance to win a fun Louie prize.
Plus, score Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is lion-sized.
Oil Kings Warriors, Louie's birthday bash, Friday at 7.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Imagine a family get-together where the smiles are as genuine as the conversations. That's the feeling you get at Nisku Ford, a family-owned dealership where finding a new Ford feels just like catching up with old friends. Here, you can take your time, explore the latest Fords, and enjoy the no-pressure atmosphere. It's not just about cars. It's about family, comfort, and trust. The coffee's on, so drive into Nisku Ford or visit niskuford.ca today. Above expectations.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:26. Welcome back. Fancy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go pay him a little visit. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Donovan Paulson, and intern Mackenzie. Text line again, 1-833-401-1440. If you'd like to send in a text. I will say I powered through this article. The part that stands out for me, Duke, is that he went to the Bahamas for his bachelor party after they lost in the Stanley Cup final. And they were just sad.
Like the next day?
I don't know exactly. A few days after the game, my buddies were on a plane. I was not fun to be around. Looking back, I almost had to laugh because it was just a weird trip. We tried to play golf and it rained. We sat around, had a few beers at the clubhouse talking about how sad we were. We left after 2 nights. Now, I will say,
that's tough.
That 2 nights is an appropriate length for a bachelor party.
What about when you have tens of millions of dollars?
And you're in the Bahamas.
And also on like your time off.
Yeah.
Like Connor isn't needing to take days off work to go do this. Maybe some of his mates are, I guess. The ones that aren't pro hockey players.
I don't want to play golf. I don't want to sit by the pool. I don't want to be in the Bahamas. I don't need a break or a fresh start. I just want to be in Edmonton playing hockey. I want to get back there, whatever it takes. If that sounds like a robot, then I guess I'm a robot.
Yeah, that was the headliner quote that was used from the actual Players Tribune Twitter account. That was one of the excerpts that I caught. So, you have to appreciate. Listen, a guy like Connor McDavid, he does get those accusations sometimes that he's not the most lively interview or guy to chat with, whether it be in post-game scrums or one-on-ones or whatever. And he kind of is just like, his life is hockey, and that's pretty much it. But to expose yourself a little bit here and be vulnerable and kind of express your raw emotions and how you feel in these different circumstances of going all the way back to his beginning in the NHL and wearing the C at such a young age. And then, the pure anguish you feel after losing a Stanley Cup final has to hurt, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I give a guy a ton of credit. Absolutely. And then obviously the focus of the interview, or motivation behind it, or article, I should say, was about the Olympics and representing Canada. It's titled Dear Canada. So I can't wait to read the rest of it once we wrap up the program today. I'm not like Connor. I'm not going to try and speed read through it at the break. Instead, as some of you watching on YouTube got a little taste of, I just spin around in my chair for 3 minutes straight before we return to live radio.
Yeah, and when you read it, you'll retain it. I remember nothing. I just went through it and it stuck in my brain, and now I moved on to something else, like the text line. This segment, by the way, brought to you by elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcast with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger. Check it out. The best coverage you're going to find anywhere. Articles, podcasts, you can even watch the video on YouTube. Go check it out. elksnation.ca. Also, Declan took my spot today on the Kevin Carius show.
You texted me and said, sweet, question mark.
Sweet.
To which I said, sweet, question mark. You followed up with an exclamation point and then in brackets, excitement.
Yeah. Well, I had to be excited that I didn't have to come in early.
I didn't want to overload the people with Halley and Douglas. They already get a full hour of it here.
Some people want 2 hours.
Would have been a little 20-minute precursor at 10:20.
Yeah.
But listen, I figured it was timely. Declan just had a great article up at Elks Nation over the weekend about some of their early moves in free agency, both arrivals and departure for the green and gold. I dive into it a little bit more. I learned a lot. Not that I don't when I'm talking with you, obviously.
Deck had some good insight. Go check it out if you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Nick says, Canada is taking some injured players. This cost us. Management team must be ruthless and take healthy players like Bedard, Bennett, Hyman, or Scheifele. Mark my words. No goal for Canada. This is a word I'm not going to say. Well, he took Bennett. Bennett's there. So
what other injured players are they taking? Braden Point?
Braden Point would be the only question mark.
Nick, you know how injured Braden Point is?
He skated today.
If so, please enlighten me.
He looks, we saw him take a twirl. Hard to say for sure.
Love a twirl.
But he's back on the ice. So we'll wait and see. But you have Bennett in there. Bennett is on the team. Ali says, Doug Armstrong hates the Oilers. It started with the offer sheets. Ali,
yes,
he did these to make his team better and had it wasn't his fault the Oilers didn't take care of their young players and get them locked up. It's not his fault. He was able to do it. I don't think it was hate. I think it was, let me do this and improve my team because I'm able to. Lance Bennett left the game last night, but it's nothing serious. He's good.
Happens all the time. Guys leave games. Maybe they don't come back. Precaution, banged up, sore, pain. Doesn't mean that it's hampering them.
Yeah.
Moving forward. It absolutely can mean that. But what we are led to believe via reports, via the Panthers, who, by the way, he plays for, doesn't seem to be anything serious.
He's got 9 days to recoup.
What could you recover from in 9 days, Connor Halley? A hangover?
Depends how bad.
Could you recover from a ruptured ACL and go to the Olympics and compete in alpine skiing?
No. Lindsey Vonn.
That's what Lindsey Vonn's doing.
At the age of 41?
41.
Well. Very impressive.
She's going to compete with a ruptured ACL.
Good for her.
Good for her.
ACL's overrated. Rayner says Bennett over Hyman is a disgrace. From an Oilers fan perspective, yeah, I guess you'd look at it that way. I don't think it's that much of a disgrace. He was on the Four Nation faceoff team, guys.
Disgrace is a pretty strong word. Not one I'd use in this context.
No, it's not an Oiler, 100%. But
once again, if you're an Oilers fan, Wouldn't you rather Hyman have his feet up on a beach like Kevin Karius? That's what Karius is doing. He's taking his Olympic break right now to prepare for the Olympics and all the great coverage we're going to have.
Do you remember how many goals Sam Bennett had last year in the playoffs?
A lot.
15.
Double digits, yeah.
It's clutch.
What? He won the Conn Smythe Trophy.
You can dislike it, but I don't think it's a bad decision. Brad says, did I just see that Lazar is a healthy scratch in favor of Szymanski? Head scratcher. Brad, you did hear that or see that. Yeah, Mangiapane is going in. Curtis Lazar comes out. I feel like I have a bias for Curtis Lazar because I watched him since he was 16 with the Oil Kings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what they're doing. Szymanski stays in the lineup. I think he's got a bright future with his club in the bottom 6. But yeah, that was the move that they did make. It's going to be Mangiapane drawing back into the lineup. Manib, friend of the show, says, what about Nick Saban becoming the GM in Nashville?
Yeah, isn't he part of the minority ownership group?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe that takes him out of the running.
I mean, Jerry Jones made himself GM.
Maybe he's guaranteed an interview because he's part of the ownership group. Like they have to do it.
Tell you what, Nick Saban, we'll bring you in. We've seen people cross sports before.
Nick Saban, can I just pay them more?
Yeah.
Like under the table?
Under the table.
Would that work? Oddball says, conspiracy theorist Pierre Maguire said Doug Armstrong made those offer sheets because the way the Oilers mistreated his best friend, Ken Holland. Well, I love a conspiracy, and I love that thought, but do you think he wasn't also thinking, I can improve my team with a couple draft picks?
I can get a couple really good players at essentially a discounted rate.
Yeah.
Talking about the compensation.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt me at all. I'll throw it out there, and if I get them, great. And if I don't get them, no harm, no foul.
And listen,
the Oilers could have matched.
Phil Broberg, he's going to be playing for Team Sweden. Good player, and they also extended him. Yep. So this isn't like some spite vendetta that was a fun little joke for 2 years. They want to keep these players. Like, they're good players. Fortunately for Dylan Holloway, staying healthy has continued to be an issue for him. But when he's been in the lineup for St. Louis, who's enduring a very rough season, he's good. That's why they wanted him.
Miguel texting in 1-833-401-1440. Yes, let Hyman rest. I'm already super worried about Dry. He's probably going to play like 40 minutes a game. Well, it might only be 3 games though. So that's the good thing about this. The most you'll play is 6 games. That's only going to be 4 teams
until they meet Canada in the medal round, and it's scary for Connor.
Oh,
scary for him.
Like Draisaitl pulls a Kobe and just runs him over.
Well, that's what Leon said when asked about it, right? By Spec. Like, what's that going to be like? Scary for him.
I mean, did you see his equipment yesterday?
Leon's
total like blackout gloves, blackout helmet.
Is that what he was doing? Breaking in the Team Germany stuff?
McDavid was doing it too with the Canada gear. That's scary looking.
Ooh,
he might become a bad guy,
like Darth Leon.
Yeah, he comes out with a tinted visor or something.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Like, oh my gosh, he's ready.
A big earring. Oh, that's cool.
Captain Germany, different number 992. He's Dark Leon.
Dark mode engaged.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Jason, I agree with this 100%. Team Canada Brass isn't wrong unless they lose.
100%.
That might be the most accurate text we
cannot be
get.
put any better, any simpler. It is accurate to the core.
Yeah. If they win, they nailed it, and people will keep their mouth quiet. If they lose, oh, baby, we'll hear the backlash 100%. Cal says Holland should have taken care of those 2 players. Sending them to arbitration. Holloway would have been cheap to keep and bring speed to our lineup. Cal, I'm with you. I mean, they prioritized other players. Like when the signings were all done, like during that offseason, and I know it was Jeff Jackson, it wasn't Holland. Like those could have been done earlier. But who did they bring in? Why is his name? Why am I forgetting him already?
Jeff Skinner. Victor Arvidsson.
Like, maybe you should have taken care of the in-house things so it didn't allow that to happen. Get those contracts done. Find a way. Would Philip Broberg have signed long-term? We don't know because there was that reported trade demand. I'm pretty much confirmed. But I think he could have locked up Dylan Holloway. It's a pretty good spot to be in, I would think. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. What do you think a Holloway contract would look like?
Ooh, yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't think they'd probably go more than 2 or 3 years, but like a bridge deal. Because what's his current one? 2 and change.
Yeah,
I could see him making $3.5 to $4 million.
when healthy, good player. 26 goals last year.
Production is excellent, but I do think that St. Louis moving forward has to be conscious of the fact that he hasn't played a full season.
Yeah, it was close last year. Very close.
Yeah, and let's see, and it was a Broberg also missed time last year, which was kind of tough for him because he was on a torrid pace to start the season. If we remember, like he had points in first 10 games of the year or something close, and then little ankle injury sidelined him and wasn't as effective upon returning, but still really good. Played in the playoffs, obviously, which Dylan Holloway did not, much to the chagrin of mine and Kevin's fantasy hockey team.
I guess, and then if you want to just play devil's advocate, without those two players, the Oilers went to the Stanley Cup final.
They made out all right.
They did pretty good. Would Holloway and Broberg been a difference maker for instead of Arvidsson and Skinner? You could discuss it. Broberg probably could have been. He could have used his offense on the back end, his skating ability, but it is what it is. It's nothing we can do about it. Maybe an alternate timeline has it. Northside Lou says Holloway will be 5+. JP says 6 to 7.
I can see 5+, 6 to 7. I'm not so sure.
And I would agree with you on bridge dealing him. Just you got to see maybe a year or two of healthy hockey.
Mm-hmm.
But by that point, he'll be 26 if it was a 2-year bridge. So he'll still be able to cash in, hopefully. We'll take a break again. When we come back, we'll let you know what's coming up on the Gregor Show and the Lowdown with Low Tide. Plus, we'll keep on going here with your texts. 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
Hi, I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. We've been tightening bolts and redefining our industry for 25 years. Yes, a quarter century, and we're just getting started. Check us out at cantork.com. Our tools age better than I do.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is the #1 furnace replacement company for lovers. Because the best aphrodisiac is no payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace from Legacy. So forget about the oysters, baby. If you really want to check the heat, we can be a thermal couple, baby. Give me your sweet loving legacy. Heat things up with no payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Every morning, you look in the mirror and see less of yourself. Hair loss can feel like losing a part of who you are.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we understand the pain of hair loss. Our advanced hair restoration solutions won't just bring back your hair. They'll help you face the mirror with confidence.
Good morning, you sexy beast. Visit drvanceelliott.com today because it's time to be the man you remember.
Considering an EV, Subaru is the right choice. Discover their latest electric vehicle innovations, starting with the brand new Solterra, in stock and ready to test drive. Or the Trail Seeker, an EV at its core, a Subaru at heart, and built for adventure. Or the Uncharted This Sporty, all-new small compact SUV brings new levels of driving enjoyment to the all-electric space. Right now, Subaru is offering interest rates as low as 0.49%. Welcome to electric. Welcome to Subaru.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:44. Welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Donovan Paulson, intern Mac with you here as we roll on. Intern Mac. I think that's a new one. Big Mac, Country Mike.
Country Mac. No, you're mixing them up.
I'm just saying all the different possibilities.
Like it's what's that game? Scattergories. Maybe. I've never played it, but where you just have you just mix match different things.
Like when I call you Brandon Douglas?
No, not like that.
Oh. Just
but you do
one
call
letter.
me that, as have some other people in the past.
That's your
in a derogatory sense.
That's your alter ego when you go bad.
Yeah, like Darth Leon.
When Leon is the bad German and beats Canada.
This text from ED. You guys know Germany's history, right? What's that have to do with anything? Leon wasn't a part of it.
What about it? When I first read that, I thought the R was an N. And I'm like, German history night? Tonight? Oh, all right.
If you're not familiar, you should attend to get educated. But
yeah, absolutely. We don't learn from the history.
We're doomed to repeat.
Sasha says, shout out Fifi Dobson. Nice CanCon, guys. Fun story. I was in Vegas one time walking down the street and I saw Fifi Dobson.
Just hanging or
with her husband, Yellow Wolf. I think they
What?
What? Yeah.
Her husband's Yellow Wolf?
It was. I don't know if they're still together.
Oh.
So we ended up going to the Yellow Wolf concert that night. Great time.
Like you talk to them, or like, hey, you're Fifi Dobson, Yellow Wolf. They're like, hey, come to the show.
My buddy.
Here's some comped ticks.
No, we paid for it. My buddy must have been a big fan. Recognized Yellow Wolf's drummer. It's like, whoa, you're Yellow Wolf's drummer. And then they were all walking by just down like outside Flamingo.
That is a deep pull.
Yeah. So
ask me to name any drummer for a band that isn't like Dave Grohl, Chad Smith, or Don Henley, and I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Can't do it. What about Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Who's that?
Chad Smith.
And did I just say Chad Smith?
Did you? I don't know. But you knew him.
Yeah, because he looks like Will Ferrell.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. I won't ask you anymore because I will just embarrass myself.
Well, Donovan, Donovan's fifth in or out topic today was since today is the day the music died, the plane crash.
Big
it was about if you could get one more album out of a musician that has passed on. His choice was Zeppelin, specifically. Isn't it the drummer? Yeah, that is the guy that had passed away. Oh, that's a good one. Blink-182 drummer. I know who that is.
Travis Barker.
Yes. Phil Collins, Genesis.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm rolling now.
Hey, Lance, is it a hot thing to say that maybe Blink-182's previous drummer was better?
Okay.
Before they went mainstream? Lots of text rolling in here. Aaron says, well, thanks for that, guys. Colleague just walked into my office and heard that song, asked if I was having a midlife crisis. I said, no, this is sports radio. He said, yeah, sure. Sorry, Aaron. The music's changing just a little bit. Jay in Victoria says, I went into Costco, came out, and Bennett is going to the Olympics, and Oilers take out Lazar from Mangiapane. Ingram with a start. What an hour. Yeah, I mean, you get lost in Costco for a little bit. A lot can change. What I think, Jay, you should do, put on some headphones, earpods, AirPods, whatever you want to call them, and listen to us while you walk around, because then you'll never miss a thing.
That's what I do when I go for groceries. I gotta get the AirPods in.
Yeah?
And I don't miss a thing.
What are you listening to?
Sports 1440.
Attaboy. Coming up next, it is going to be the Lowdown with Low Tide. They'll have Kevin McGrath on, talk a little bit Toronto Maple Leafs, Ducklin Donovan, Low Tide. Should be a good show. Then on the Jason Greger show, Austin Mock's going to join us from The Athletic. We'll continue our look ahead to the Super Bowl. TR is coming in, well, via the phone. Dave McCarthy will join us from the 6th as the Oilers take on the Leafs. We got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. Chuck, he's going to the Waste Management Open.
Chucker?
Yeah, so he leaves tomorrow.
Well, I might have to get a live hit with him on Friday.
Well, get it early. I think that's probably, maybe
They're
not.
PT, isn't it?
Yeah.
So early there.
But get him before he goes out and has fun. But then he might want to sleep in. So I don't know.
I think we might be able to just split the difference and get him 7 point.
Anywho, he's going to join us, Strutty, 5 questions, spec, and then it's pregame. So it'll be a loaded show today on the Jason Greger Show from 2 till 6, then 5:30 to 6:30, pregame coverage, Walker, Paulson, Ferraro, and then the boys back for postgame as well.
Loaded day on the station.
It really is. We'll be keeping busy here.
Plus FSR overnight, they're full Super Bowl preparation primarily. Plus it's trade deadline week in the NBA. Not sure if you were aware, Connor.
Oh, I'm aware.
Where does Giannis land?
Did you know Jaren Jackson's going to Utah for 3 future firsts?
I didn't.
Well, now you've heard.
I knew that there's a deal in the works for James Harden to Cleveland for Darius Garland.
That guy is going to play for every team. Holy smokes. Going everywhere. What you said, where's Giannis going?
Yeah.
I want him to go to like New York, like a big market, but I'm going to say Golden State.
That's a fun one.
Wouldn't it be fun?
I think so. Minnesota's emerged as a potential landing spot. The Spurs are an interesting one.
That's like the dream, isn't it?
You'd have to give up a lot. And are the Spurs willing to do that? Like they've kind of been doing the process here, right? And obviously it's centered around Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Do you give up a lot of the process to try and expedite it? Adding Giannis, you turn into a contender immediately, essentially.
Oh, absolutely. Those two running together? Oh, my gosh.
It's a lot of length.
There's only one guy who might be freakier than Giannis.
Freak and
it's Wemby. 2 freaks.
The French balloon man.
He's who's that fictional character? Slender Man.
Oh,
that's what he looks like. You ever saw his silhouette? Triple Crown on the YouTube chat says, how will New England contain 11 of Seattle? That's the question, I think. JSN, stud. Christian Gonzalez is a pretty good corner himself, so I think that might be the solution. Have him just shadow him.
But, like, even in one-on-one, I think JSN, like, receiver gets all the benefit of the doubt in contact, in coverage, and also trying to, this is just my opinion, trying to shake coverage is easier than trying to stick coverage.
Easier to play receiver than to play corner.
Right.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But there's a reason the corners play corner. So can't.
But I just think you got to go with your best. And JSN,
for sure.
Best receiver in the league right now. Only one playing. All due respect to everyone else. But I think Rashid Shaheed's going to be an X factor in this game. I think just obviously special teams. Percy Harvin did it last time. Shaheed can do it this time, but he can stretch the field. I think I might be too high on him.
Oh yeah,
I like praise him.
Are you going to be sprinkling Rashid Shaheed anytime TD on Sunday?
Absolutely. I mention him sometimes and people like scoff. Like, he's a good player. He's a great deep threat.
And I was talking with Brady Henderson from ESPN this morning, covers the Seahawks, and he basically was saying, like, yeah, since coming over from New Orleans, where he was one of the best deep threats in the league, Seattle hadn't really used him very much in that role. Largely return game, mixing him in a little bit in the pass game, of course, but now they've kind of started to open that up for him to utilize what is probably his biggest strength down the field.
Yeah.
He's so fast. It's an interesting concept. I think I'd probably be in on that little sprinkle with you.
Let's do it.
Anytime TD.
Lars says, you're my favorite show, and I love you guys. Thanks, Lars. The comedian fellow, friend of the show. Watch one of the documentaries on Zeppelin. If you don't know John Bonham, it would break my heart. Donovan, did it break your heart?
It did break my heart. That is actually an unbelievably tragic story. That if you didn't hear In or Out, go back and listen to it. I mean, there's so many great artists that you could name that passed too soon, whether that's an Elvis, whether that's there's infinite number, like Jimi Hendrix. You can
Jim
go
Morrison,
on and on.
Yeah, Janis Joplin.
Yeah, that was
Kurt Cobain.
mentioned.
I picked Tupac and Biggie.
Tupac, Biggie, Mac Miller,
But the John Bonham story,
Amy
and
Winehouse. Sorry.
what the Bonham story did for Led Zeppelin, like they immediately broke up. They never did anything really ever together again.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to get into it. The story, it's very sad. Yeah, really, really sad story there. But we've asked that question before. I've worded it like if you could see a band live in their entirety, all time, who would it be? And there's some good ones out there. Husk says, CH. OKC getting Giannis would also be scary. Oh, yeah. And they have so many, like, just give a couple of our first round draft picks, whatever. We have plenty. Don't even need it. Jazz just pulled off a mammoth deal. Is that the one we just talked about?
Yeah, I assume so.
3 firsts.
Little double Utah pun there.
Feature firsts.
Oh, I just thought of another drummer I know. I didn't think of it. I was just doing some reading. Neil Peart, of course, of YYZ. Or Rush, but the song YYZ.
Oh. Yeah? Where were some other ones that came in?
Artists?
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple of them, and when you were rattling off
Beethoven?
No,
Mozart?
those did not come up.
No.
I said Keith Whitley. That's my country music pick. Also a pretty tragic story, but
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, Queen. People had said Queen. John Lennon. Nobody texted that in, but I'm surprised no one did.
Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Prince? There's
MJ,
Bowie. Tough part of life. Coming up next will be the Lowdown Flow Tide, followed by the Jason Greger Show and pregame coverage. Keep the text rolling in here, 1-833-441-1440 for the panel here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check the podcast or YouTube if you missed it. It's also up on Facebook as well. Right now, I'll get to a Sports 1440 update with Mac the Intern, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online, willhawkbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Team Canada has named Sam Bennett as an injury replacement for Anthony Cirelli. Cirelli was injured late in the first period of the Stadium Series on Sunday. 7 games in the NHL tonight. The Oilers are back in action against the Leafs at 6:30. Ingram gets the start, and we've got pregame coverage with Andrew Walker starting at 5:30. Other games in the NHL include the Senators taking on the Hurricanes, Columbus and New Jersey, Buffalo and Tampa Bay, the Kraken against the Ducks. 10 games in the association. Tip-off starts at 5 with the Pacers and Jazz. Atlanta is in Miami, Orlando, and OKC. Warriors and 76ers, and finally the Suns and Trailblazers at 9. In the NFL, the Giants are reportedly hiring Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy. I'm Mackenzie, and that's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Welcome, gentlemen, to the nerve center of game-watching greatness, my sanctuary, my Bro Zone.
Whoa, giant screen, comfy chairs. You've thought of everything.
Almost everything. Where are the snacks?